Good day, Brutal Planet listeners. This is Eric Peterson, quarantining from Salt Lake City. And today is my great pleasure to be joined by Ronnie Romero. How are you doing today, Ronnie?
Hello, how are you? All fine here.
Good. Where are you joining us from?
Bucharest, Romania.
Oh, wow. How are things over there?
I think it's going a little bit better than the rest of Europe. Things with the COVID were really, quiet here, since there's not too much tourism. So yeah, it's pretty much over control. So it's.
Well, that's good. How did you have a good holidays?
Yeah. I mean, we tried to get out, like to go to Italy or France, but obviously it was impossible. So we just spent the holidays season in the mountains here in Brasov,
Nice.
in Transylvania area. So it was pretty nice at the end.
Oh, I'll bet. So yeah. I just wanted to ask you a few questions. I knew you grew up in Santiago, and it was singing something you always wanted to do from the very beginning, or did you have your mind on something else?
Well, I was born and I grew up in a family of musicians. So to me, it was I was always surrounded by a lot of instruments in my house, and everybody was playing something. Then I remember my big brother, he was joining a band, and I was always connected with music anyway.
Nice.
But obviously, since the life in South America is not that easy, obviously you need to have a plan B.
Yeah.
So yeah, I got my high school and my things from the university, my career and everything. And obviously, I never expect to reach this level of work in music. But anyway.
So who were some of the people you looked up to growing up as far as vocalists?
Sorry?
Who were some of the vocalists you looked up to as growing up? I mean, who did you listen to, and who did you say, I want to be just like that?
I was always listening to great vocalists, because my father, he was a huge fan of the classic rock, and mostly those bands from America, like Boston, Kansas, and that kind of things, Journey. So I was listening a lot of great singers all the time.
Nice.
But I remember once I just got a tape. It was not. It was a copy of an album of this Whitesnake Starkers in Tokyo. This acoustic session.
Okay.
And that was the first time that I heard David Coverdale. And when I was listening to that record, I was like, oh my God, I really want to be this guy.
I can understand that. Yeah.
Yeah, I heard this tape, Starkers in Tokyo, and that was the moment when I really feel like I want to be this guy.
Yeah.
Not just a singer. I want to be like this guy.
Yeah, you want to be the total image.
So I think David Coverdale was it.
Yeah. So in 2014 is when you guys kind of started with the Lords in Black thing. From that moment, you joined Rainbow, and then it just kind of blew up after that. How did it feel to you as it was happening?
We started Lords of Black in 2013, and then we recorded first album, and then suddenly a couple of years after, I got this call from Richie Blackmore, and from that point, everything was so fast for me.
Yeah.
I think the first 5 years since I joined Rainbow until now, I never had actually time to realize what happens to me. Until now, this year, last year, 2020, it was this pandemic thing.
Yeah.
That was the moment when I really had time to think about everything I did until now. So yeah, you don't have time because everything's going really fast. You got to play with Rainbow, and then the record labels, they asking for you to have you on the rooster, and then everybody wants to play with you. There's a lot of musicians asking you to play on their records and everything. and there was no time to realize about it.
I'm just trying to figure out when you had time to sleep.
Uh, Actually, I don't need to sleep that much. Really, to me, to sleep like 5 or 6 hours is enough.
Okay.
Even not to take in naps and anything. No. I have a lot of energy, and I really want to all the time to do something. I need to keep myself busy.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm joining a lot of bands, like the people say.
So, I mean, when you speak about some of the bands, I mean, you got Corleone, the Ferryman, Mark with Magnus Carlsen and some of those. I'm curious as to what drew you to those projects.
As I told you before, when you realize what you did with your career, and to me, obviously, my career is a pretty short career yet. But then you have this, to-do list, and you have Richie Blackmore, Michael Schenker, Adrian Vandenberg, Leo Leoni from Gotthard, and many others. And it's like, okay, I think I'm done. I can get retired myself.
You just go check.
I feel really grateful because I had a chance to work with my favorite musicians so far.
Yeah.
It was nothing like, okay, I'm gonna do this because of the money or because of it's just an agreement of a record label. Everything was because they were my favorite musicians.
Yeah.
I don't think that too much people can say that.
That's true.
But I tell you, I mean, to have in the list just Richie Blackmore, Michael Schenker, and the others is just amazing.
Yeah, that is amazing. I mean, and it's happened so quickly. I mean, a lot of people wait, a lot of time before they get to that point. But you have seemed to just all of a sudden, just poof, it's right there.
Yeah. That's what I'm telling you. It's like there's no time to realize about it, and suddenly, obviously, because if it's Richie Blackmore calling you, you can't say no. Then it's Michael Schenker. Obviously, you can say, Michael, I will love it, but I'm not gonna do this because people are gonna talk about I'm joining too many bands.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. So again, I'm trying to figure out when you have time to sleep. But so as far as these people that you've worked with, these legendary people like Richie Blackmore and Michael Schenker, have they given you any words of wisdom to you since you're still fairly new into the game?
Yeah, all the time. Mostly Richie is a very wise guy and is very smart and he was very nice with me all the time. And he was trying all the time to, when we were touring, rehearsing or whatever, he was trying to tell me, take care of this, watch out with this thing. Because obviously those guys, they lived a complete life doing this kind of work and they know everything about the business. And that side, I always felt like very, that they were taking care of me and trying to give me some advices and what to do, what not to do, or how to do certain things. So mostly with Richie.
Oh, good. That's good. I mean, and we all need a mentor of sort to help us with that kind of stuff. So, and as far as 2020 goes, I mean, you were busy with the Lords in Black, and I've just got to say the Vandenberg project was amazing. How did you get hooked up with that?
It was great to work with Adrian. I remember he sent me a message when I did the first tour with Rainbow, and he told me, "Oh, this you sounds great. Hopefully, we had the chance to work together." And then suddenly, 4 years after, he was asking me to record this album. We were working in Madrid when I was living at the time. And then we were to LA. We recorded the album in it took me 5 or 6 days only. And it was great. I think it's exactly the kind of music that I love to sing more than heavy metal or others.
Yeah.
This kind of hard rock, because it's the music that I was listening when I grew up. in Santiago. So yeah, I was very happy to have the chance to work with Adrian and make this album.
The re-recording of Burning Heart, by the way, is absolutely amazing.
And that was funny because there was not in the plan to have this track in the record.
Oh, really?
It was just a test. Yeah. It was a test we did in Madrid when we were writing the songs for the album, and then the record label, they said probably we will need some kind of a teaser, for the promotion.
Mm-hmm.
And the songs were not ready to record, and Adrian said maybe we can record this one, and we did a try, and we liked it. So that was the thing that at the end the record label said, okay, the song sounds great, so we're gonna add it to the track list. But it was not meant to be in the track list.
Oh, so it was just added on after. That's interesting.
Yeah.
So as far as 2021 goes, what's in store for Ronnie in 2021? I know you've got the Michael Schenker project coming up.
Yep.
And then what else?
Yeah, the album is out in about a week.
Yeah.
It's gonna be out. And then we're gonna make the support tour for at the end of the year in the fall 2021.
Oh, you are
around Europe.
You're gonna do some tour.
Yeah, we're gonna make the tour.
Nice. And then and then you've got Sunstorm coming up, right?
Sunstorm is coming out on March the 12th, I think, if I remember correct. Then the first single is going to be released in about a week. Okay. So the people can figure it out how it sounds without Julian Turner.
Yeah.
But I think it's a great record. I like it. Sandstorm, it was always one of my favorite projects from Frontiers. Okay. And had the chance to work with Alessandro in the songs and then record his songs. I think it's great. It's great. It's far away from the things that I did before because it's more, melodic and hard rock melodic music. So I think it's great. The album is going to be out in March. Then we are already working on the second part of the Alchemy of Souls with Lords of Black. Okay. So it's going to be ready in a couple of months. Probably we're going to work on the third and probably the last Ferryman album. You're breaking my heart now. I love the Ferryman. I mean, that's a great trio. Yeah, I love it too. It's it's interesting, as I told you before, because it was Magnus. It was always one of my favorite guitar players since the Adrian Vandenberg project. I remember to burn those CDs. Listening when I was in school, Yeah. And then suddenly to have the chance to work with this guy, it's great. And we did 2 very cool albums. So yeah, the record label they want us to make a new one. Nice. So I'm gonna start to work on that. But I think it's gonna be the last because all those Frontiers projects is about 2 or 3 records. But let's see if the people want it and like it. Maybe we're gonna do something. Yeah. So that sounds like quite a bit of stuff you got going on for 2021. Yeah, there's nothing else to do anyway. So, except for when we get a vaccine going and everybody can start touring again, then you're going to be all over the place. I hope not, because what's going to happen. Everybody wants to, after the vaccine, everybody will want to be on tour, and that's going to be a mess for my schedule. Yes, it is. And I can be in one time at the time, so in one place at the time, so it's going to be hard for me to tour with all the bands. Yeah. So far, I have just the Michael Schenker tour, probably some shows with Lords of Black. And that's it for the moment. Okay. I was going to ask you, have you ever done any touring in the United States at all? I really hope to go there with Michael Schenker. He normally goes there, right? Yeah, he does. So yeah, I probably will go there. Yeah. And it's gonna be great because actually I'm gonna be the only singer in the tour. I will be alone fronting
Wow.
the danger. Yeah,
Wow.
that is. I mean, it. Yeah, it's wow because it's a huge set list. So, because he's celebrating his 50th anniversary on
Yeah.
music, so we're gonna play a lot of music there. So yeah, hopefully we can have the chance to go there. If not, I heard something about Lords of Black coming to a festival there, but I don't have more
Yeah.
information at the
Yeah.
moment.
Yeah. Yeah. So the one thing I've not really heard from you, which I think would be fun, is some duets. You haven't really done a lot of duets that I can think of, have you?
Yeah, I was thinking about that during this boring 2020. Just thinking about to do some different things, and we got an offer from Frontiers to make an album with Dino Jealousy. You know Dino
Yeah, Dino.
from
Yeah.
he has a band called Animal Drive. Um, but at the end, it was not the right moment for the both of us. But let's see. Yeah, that would be great. I have a lot of friends in music business, so
Are there
there will be some chances.
are there any like if Ronnie, if you had to think of anybody to work with, who would you like to work with?
Um, I think it to me is a challenge, and probably it's because the only thing that I have left to do is to make something with Tony Iommi. That will be
Okay.
the ace of the cake.
Yeah, yeah, that would. So for me, like for duets, I mean, I think of a lot about your voice and pairing it, and I think like Nora from Battle Beast, or
Oh yeah, that would be great. We sang together in the Magnus Carlsen Free Fall album, but
yeah,
in different songs.
Yeah,
But we
yeah,
are
yeah.
in the same. Probably it's a kind of approach. Let's see.
Yeah, I mean, but even like Jordan Land, I would a song with him, like a song collaboration with him would be fun.
Oh yeah, but no. I mean, I like challenges, but that's too much for me. I don't want to be naked.
Oh,
I love Jordan, and we are good friends. I met him 3 years ago, and every time we have the chance to meet and talk by phone sometimes. He's a great guy, and he's really supportive and he give me really good advices too. But I think it's far away from me. He is in this level up with those Dio, Coverdale, and all those guys.
yeah,
So
yeah.
as I told you, I don't want to be naked in the same song.
Well, I think you're kind of selling yourself short because I think you're up there. Maybe you just don't realize it yet. But I think you could stand with Jorn, and I think he would have a blast doing it.
We have a good chemistry actually. Every time we met, we were talking for hours.
Yeah.
He's really good talking.
Yeah.
With a beer, and talking a lot. I was telling the stories. I was telling stories about playing with Rich and everything. That makes everything easier.
Yeah.
To work with the guy, but let's see.
Yeah. So lastly, I wanted to ask you. I follow you on Facebook, and I saw your post about some shit going on in the music business, and I was really kind of surprised, and I'm curious what sparked all of that. And it was kind of shocking to me to hear that.
Yeah, I just got a little bit boring of all the things around the work you were trying to do every day.
Uh-huh.
When I start to make music professionally, let's say, you don't know how the business works, and you think everything is great, and you obviously you come with all your dreams and hopes and everything to try just to make music like in a movie, and then you realize that it's a lot of things. It's a lot of shit.
Yeah.
And not just from the business itself, but then you get this feeling that the people they don't care about your feelings either.
Yeah.
Which is very important, because when you're making music, you're putting your feelings on it. And some people, I don't want to say all the people, because I always felt a lot of support from everybody since I joined Rainbow with Lords of Black and all those bands. But there is some people that don't give a shit, and if they can tell you whatever to even trolling you or sending you private messages to you, to your family, just because you don't like them. It's really sad.
Yeah.
And I can tell you, I was suffering a lot of shit. And the other day it was like, okay, I need to say something, because I need this to stop. I mean,
yeah.
Or at least to tell the world what's going on.
So my question to you is, has it stopped?
Fortunately, I was just trying to to release all my feelings. Yeah. And suddenly what happened, it was the people understood, at least the people who wrote the my words on the social.
Oh, okay.
And they were very supportive. So at least I think it was worthy.
yeah. Then I think probably what the thing is you say something like that, and the people who support you and love you come out and say, "Hey, we love you and we support you. Don't get drugged down by this."
Yeah, and not just the fans, but a lot of other musicians, colleges. That guys are really good friends. But yeah, at that time I needed to to say something.
Yeah.
And nowadays the social are the perfect place to tell the things.
That's sometimes that's the only way you can do it too, and get it out where you need to.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, Ronnie,
I just want to understand that musicians, we are normal people.
Yeah.
As they are. Mm-hmm. We have a job, we have a work doing music, which is different from other works, but we pay rent, we need to pay bills, and we have feelings, we have family, like everybody else.
Yeah, exactly.
People sometimes they need to realize that, and if you can listen to music, you can like the music, or you're not. Maybe you don't like the music that I do, but that's it, nothing else.
Yeah.
People is allowed to say, I don't like you, I don't like you as a singer, or whatever. I don't like your music, I don't like your face, or whatever. Mm-hmm. But that's it. That's the limit.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you were able to get it out, and sometimes that's the most important part, is at least to just get it out and get it off of your shoulders.
Yeah, exactly.
So, well, I appreciate your time, Ronnie, and it's great hearing from you, and I'm looking forward to all your projects in 2021, because like I've told people before, I think any time you're involved in a project, it turns it to gold.
Thank you.
So we'll stay in touch, and I look forward to all your many conquerings over this year.
Will be my pleasure. Thank you very much.
Yes.